ago, you were trending on Twitter.
Yep.
Some people didn't like that you were wearing pink and ebony, and they felt like it wasn't masculine enough.
Yeah.
What do you say to those? I mean, I think they're haters. I think it's
I
toxic.
like to meet the fellas. You know what I mean?
Well, I
Cause
think they.
I mean,
You think they would want to meet you though, because they might have
I
to.
don't even take it there. You know what I mean? I would just like to. I just be curious. You know,
What they have to say.
tell me what masculinity is. You know what I
Mm.
mean? Like, I wouldn't want to walk up on me in the street.
I,
You know what
yeah,
I
I
mean?
don't think they
Like
do.
just 110%. You know what I mean? Like,
Um,
but it's bigger than that. It's love. You know, it's like there's
mhm.
strength and there's vulnerability. There's awareness, and then there's acknowledgement of ignorance. A big part of it is kindness, use of power,
Yeah.
gentleness.
Hmm.
These are masculine characteristics.
Yes.
It's quite unmasculine
Hmm.
to try to emasculate another man.
A few days ago, you were trending on Twitter.
Yep.
Some people
Confusion.
didn't like.
Hey, Shalom, Akim, Shalom. First thing and foremost, I'd like to give all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. I'd like to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone.
That you were wearing pink.
Blessings and salutation to the hopeful elect. News in the gospel, broad, lifting up the standard of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, wherever it may be. It's just real quick. This is Aisha Roscoe, which is the host of the Weekend Edition Sunday. She was interviewing this guy, Jonathan Majors, which was in a recent Creed movie and a plethora of other movies prior to that, which shows you that he's took the bag and he's sold out, because once a so-called black celebrity gets these notable roles and they become frontier of Hollywood, they show you that Esau has got to that rectum. you know. Um, but basically, she was co-signing the wickedness that he perpetuated of this picture here when he was on front of the Ebony magazine posing like a female. Okay, now if anybody sees this, everybody would know that this is an effeminate trait, an effeminate quality. Okay, because the scriptures say, gird up thyself and be men. And the Israelite men has fell far from masculinity due to this feminist nature, this feminism that this world, that mainly Esau, Edom, has pushed, okay, on the narrative of these women. Now men have become weak and effeminate, and basically they're claiming feminism is masculinity, which he basically stated that love and all this other soft shit is a form of masculinity, which there's a balance to things. Okay, you have a time to love and a time to be hard, or a time to hate, so to speak, like the scriptures say. But in this case, this is not masculine, bro. Okay, this ain't masculine at all. And I don't give a fuck how much what you call it, this it's a particular, like a natural steroid these guys take. It's called fuck, man, I was just talking about it the other day with the brother. But basically, these celebrities, they pump these natural toxins or these natural injections in their body to get them big, without the use of harmful steroids. I'll say it that way, but it's still considered like a steroid injection, because this guy wasn't that big. Okay, he was pretty cut up. I mean, he had a decent size to him, but this guy blew up for that Creed movie, right along with Michael B. Jordan. But it's neither here nor there. The point I'm making is the fact that this ain't masculine, bro. And the fact that Keisha, of course, she perpetuates any form of wickedness because she's totally with the feminist agenda. She basically stated, oh, I think that's toxic. This is toxic, okay? And he said that, well, how can another man emasculate another man be masculine? Well, for one thing, nobody emasculated you. You emasculated yourself taking a photo like this. So you can't say that other men are emasculating you, being a feminine trait, when you the one that took this picture. And men are just calling this shit out. You're supposed to be this big time, big Hollywood, big shot. You're supposed to be the form of masculinity. This doesn't dictate or prove that, man. Okay, in fact, this is the complete opposite of what being a man is, because the scriptures say you're not supposed to wear anything containing to a woman. And the way I look at it, you got your legs crossed like a woman. Okay, you got on pink, which is a feminine color. Okay, and it appears, I mean, it looked like you got on lipstick, but I can't say that because it could just be the picture, so I'm not gonna say that. But you have the whole trait of a feminine. This is a feminine trait here. Okay, so you just shot yourself in the foot with that, and they just calling a spade, like this right here. I mean, this don't. You could say, oh, this is brotherly, buddy, but this look a little bit more different than that. Like versus me taking a picture with my brother, put my arm around him it's a certain spirit that comes with it. But this looks like this is just some houseboys type shit. Okay, because we know that you Hollywood celebrities, mainly you Jakes, you so-called black men, we know that when you get in Hollywood, you have to take that purse. You have to bend over and you have to take the bag in order for you to be notable in this world. Okay, the greatest of them done it. Even Richard Pryor brought it out in this stand-up comedy, and they say that, hey, most of the time comedy is a funny form of the truth. So Jonathan Majors, man, you say define what masculinity is, so I'll do that just for you, bro. Okay, because our ancient forefathers, Jacob, that's masculinity. Okay, like my man Jake, he slept on a fucking rock, man, a stone. That's hard. Okay, Yahweh Shai being crucified and laying his life down, taking that's masculine. Okay, wrestling the angel, that's masculine. Being a prophet of the Lord and speaking out against adversities of this society, that's masculine. Okay, standing up against or standing in the face of danger, proclaiming who you are in a world that people want to see you dead, that's masculine, man. Not taking picture with duck lips. And in the Creed movie, you was doing the duck lips like every other scene, man. So knock it out, bro. You know? But anyway, let's look up the account real quick, because it said Jacob wrestled with God, okay, because he wrestled with the angel. But I looked up a couple of words or definitions for men, because men are supposed to be masculine, okay? Though there is a balance, but you're supposed to have a masculine nature. When people come around you, they're supposed to respect the aura that you are giving off. Okay, they shouldn't have to question whether you're an effeminate or not, because you a man, okay? And being a man is opposite of being effeminate, which most are men, they are effeminate because they grew up under their mothers. So I did a Google search on man, and of course, you know, they gave me all the modern day terms, which had nothing to do with masculinity. So I went to the etymology root words of being a man, and I came across a few things. Let's see here. Because they call it toxic masculinity here. But bear with me real quick. Yep, it says here, as a woman's lover, as adult male possessing manly qualities. What's the manly qualities? Okay, not being effeminate, being basically courageous, standing in the face of adversity, taking care of your own, taking care of your family, speaking up, okay, holding your own and standing 10 toes down. Okay, manly qualities in an eminent degree, and also having a beard on your goddamn face. Okay, which, I mean, technically you have facial hair, but that's like a goatee, man. You know, it's not a full beard. I guess you could say you got somewhat some hair on your face, but you're still taking feminine pictures, man. So you just shot yourself in the foot with that. But it says possessing manly qualities, and I don't care how many Creed movies you do, that don't make you a man. Talking about, well, I wouldn't want to run up on me. Just because you can fight or throw punches and kicks, or you Hollywood trained in the arts, doesn't make you a true definition of a man, okay? Because being a man comes from within your spirit, and it shows on the outward appearance. Like, you have the appearance of a man with your muscles and so forth, but that's very minuscule, you know, because it ain't about your size. But it says qualities in an eminent degree. Man's man whose quality are appreciated by other men. Colloquial use of the men, the boss, to be a man or mouse, to be brave or timid, okay? Man or mouse, to be brave, all right? Definition of a man. Experience the ways of the world, one able to take things in a stride, okay? Basically, a man that's gonna go through the adversity, you know, go through the adversities of life, no matter the complications, he's gonna pretty much he's gonna overcome. Like we got a saying, I'd rather go out on my shield before I fold up like a bitch. Okay, certain men are willing to die before they falter up to this wicked ass feminism. Like men like us in this faith, we rather go out on our shield before we bow down to this system, man. And that's real talk, and we take that to we look. That's a badge of honor we take to our fucking grave. Ain't no way in hell we selling out to this devil after we realize all the atrocities that he's done. In fact, we have the spirit of Yahweh Shai on us. All right. The sense of behave like a man, brace up in a manful way, act with courage. Okay. It says bear oneself stoutly and boldly. When you go into stout goes into stern, and boldly, to man up, supply with the men or men. Okay. And you get the point. So that's a definition of a man. And let's look up masculinity. See what it says here. 1740, you got the 1660s. All right. Etymology, root word. Let's go to the Google search because Google is more modern day in this. All right, so let's look up. And they got something what they call toxic masculinity, which masculinity isn't toxic. Okay, is required in a world like this. But it says qualities or attributes regarding as characteristic of men or boys. Handsome, muscled, and driven. He's a prime example of masculinity. True definition. A social expectation of being the man. The term masculine refers to the roles, behaviors, and attributes that are considered appropriate for boys and men in a given society. Masculinity is constructed and defined by socially and historically and politically rather than biologically driven. Meaning men that fought wars, men that took down empires like Alexander the Great. Though they had Momo tendencies, that was a masculine trait. The fact that he was able to conquer the known world through bloodshed. Okay, even Esau was more of a masculine man during the time of World War II and prior. Okay, masculine behaviors. Strength, courage, independence, leadership, and assertiveness. Okay, not being in the feminine. This doesn't prove that. Okay, this may get you popular with the bitches, which show you the women ain't right anyway, because a woman would be out of goddamn mind to really want a man that does things like this. But women today, they feel that this is a manly trait. Oh, he's in touch with his feminine side. No, man, men ain't supposed to be in touch with no feminine side. Now, it's true that men go through things. They go through ups and downs. We have feelings. We get hurt emotionally. We're emotionally driven at times. You know, we do have a softer side, but overall, he's still a man. Okay? Like, you have concerns about your health. Yeah, you may bitch about it because you're not used to it, but you just learn to overcome, man. And you just deal with it. That's the definition of a man, not this shit, bro. So we just gave you the definition of a masculine male, and what you're doing does not display that, man. Okay? And while I think he's a damn good actor, I mean, honestly speaking, man, you jakes that sell out, you have no purpose. All right? So this is the book of Genesis 32 and 22. It says, that night that Jacob got up and took his 2 wives, his 2 female servants, and his 11 sons, and crossed the ford of Jabbok. And after he had sent them across the stream, he sent over all his possessions. I mean, that was a patriarch right there. He had 2 wives, he had 2 female servants, and 11 sons. Okay, I believe this is his 11 sons. This is before the, I believe Reuben is the oldest son, and I believe Benjamin is the youngest, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, because I believe Jacob had 13 kids in total. All right, Judah, Benjamin, Levi, Simeon, Zebulun, Ephraim, Manasseh, Gad, Reuben, Naphtali, Asher, Issachar, and then I think Dinah, if I'm not mistaken, was the 13th, because he had 1 daughter. Okay, but just the fact that he's able to manage all these kids and these women and have a hierarchy and set up goals and so forth, wells, and have a particular lucrative coming, that's manly, man. Okay, being able to hold your own. Because Jacob went through hell. He had a hard fucking life, man. Got his hip dislocated wrestling with the angel. You know, what you got, Leah and Rachel, you know, being supplanted by Laban. I mean, he went through Jacob went through tragedy, man, on the run from Esau that wanted to put him to death because of the birthright. Jacob didn't have a bitch ass life. He had a hard life, man. And most men of the Lord, we have hard lives, a lot to juggle. And it says here, and he sent over all his possessions. So Jacob was left alone, and a man wrestled with him till daybreak, and that man was an angel. And the man saw that he could not overpower him. And he touched the socket of Jacob's hip, so that his hip was wrenched as he wrestled with the man. And the man said, let me go, for it is daybreak. But Jacob replied and said, I will not let you go until you bless me. This man wrestled with an angel, man. And the angel had to dislocate his hip just to get him up off of him. Like, damn. What fucking mere human can deal with an angel? Now, you can say that an angel probably came, he came as a mortal, he probably underpowered himself, because if he was, totally in the full power, they could take out any man in that strength. But you got to understand that Jacob means prince of the God. He's a prince of God, or he's a prince of the power. So Jacob could have very well overpowered that angel in his angelic form, or in his angelic strength. I say it that way because it said that he came to him as a man, But that shows you right there. That's a hard trait right there. Wrestling an angel. You couldn't wrestle no angel, man. You see an angel, you'll bug out. All right. And why this ain't to beat up on you or to dash you. This is just an example as the wickedness of our people and following behind the black woman. Following behind the black woman will get you put in an untimely grave. And I'll say it that way. Because the so-called black woman, she promotes the ideology of Esau Edom. Whatever Esau pushes, whatever madness of narrative that Esau conjures up, Keisha is with that shit. And you Israelite men, you have to, we can't make the same mistake by following our women like we did in the garden. We did the same thing in the garden. Eve convinced us to partake of the serpent's philosophies. And here we are now in a decayed state, dying daily. Okay. But it says, then the man said, let me go, for it is daybreak. But Jacob said, I will not let you go until you bless me. Then the man asked him, what is your name? Jacob, he answered. Then the man said, your name will no longer be Jacob, but Israel, because you have struggled with God and with humans and have overcome. And Jacob said, please tell me your name. But he replied, why do you ask my name? Then he blessed him there. So Jacob, so it says, so Jacob called the place Peniel, saying, it is because I saw the power face to face, yet my life was spared, man. And the sun rose above him as he passed Peni, and he was limping because of his hip. So we got his whole hip threw out a joint for wrestling an angel. Now, no average man can do that. That's masculine right there. You know, he wasn't on front of some ebony cover magazine taking effeminate pictures. No, man. Okay, and that's not the image we're supposed to be portraying to our Israelite men, because we know how impressionable you celebrities are on Jake. They see you and they want to be like you. You know, and this guy, Jonathan Majors, he's working out. He's big. He's starring in the movie Creed. So, a lot of young Jakes see that. And then, they want to be like, okay, I want to be down. But no, you don't want to promote that type of image, man. And I was looking for the King James version, but it's all good. It's not important. But just a couple more precepts here I wanted to get into. Job 38, and I'm going to start at 3. Gird up now thy loins like a man, for I would demand of thee, and answer thou me. It says, gird up thy loins like a man. Okay, be men. Now, we go to the book of Matthew 25, and I'm going to start at verses 24. This is talking about who you ignorantly called Christ. Okay, Yahweh Shai. It says, then he which had received 1 talent came and said, Lord, I knew thee that thou art a hard man. Okay, a hard man. Reaping where thou, it says, reaping where thou hast not sown and gathering where thou hast not strawed. And that word goes into being austere. All right, so let's look up the word hard in the Greek. And it goes in scholarios, which means hard, harsh, rough, stiff, of men, harsh, stern, of things, violent, rough, offensive, intolerable. This is who Yahweh Shai was, man. He wasn't bearable among certain scribes and Pharisees and certain men. That's why they wanted to kill him. He was austere. Okay? Harsh, severe, fierce, hard. Men supposed to be austere. Okay, scriptures say a man that scarcely smile a little, man. Now it's okay to smile and have a good time, but if you're a fucking clown and you jumping up and down, you want to be constantly entertained, you want to be like these celebrity comedians out here, that's a clown, man. Okay, that shit, don't nobody take that serious. Yeah, you entertaining, but nobody takes it serious. Nobody's going to come and depend on you when it's time to get out of a gym or to protect you or to protect them. Men are set up as providers and protectors. Okay, the word men goes into, see what they say here. Concept. Reference, sex, and they're plural. Yeah, they kind of changed the definition here because it goes into like a masculine or a masculine entity, so to speak. But we know Esau Edom, he's an effeminate. This is what he does. But let's go to I think it's 1 Corinthians 6. And I'm gonna start at verses 9. It says, know ye not that the unrighteous should not inherit the kingdom of the Most High? It says, be not deceived, neither fornicators, nor idolaters, nor adulterers, nor effeminate, nor abusers of themselves with mankind, nor thieves, nor covetous, nor drunkards, nor revilers, nor extortioners shall inherit the kingdom of Yahweh. Okay, look up the word effeminate, and this go here. Effeminate goes into malakos, which means soft to the touch in a bad sense. A catamite, effeminate, a boy kept for momo relations with the man. A male who submit himself to unnatural lewdness, a male prostitute, but soft to the touch. Okay, and the scriptures say you can tell a man by his countenance. You did this because, hey, deep down inside, hey, Esau got you. He got you in that jam, man. You in that celebrity status now. So nah, this is not a masculine trait, man. You know, Hollywood's most wanted. Yeah, Hollywood is full of witches, sorcerers, okay, death. Everybody that stood on the red carpet, they got a story to tell about the type of shit they've seen in order to get where they are. So I'm gonna end it there, giving all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh Bashim and Yahweh Shai. And with that, Shalom and Abba Ball.